Hey, it's Andre here. I want to do a quick exercise with you. Based on what we've learned so far, this is going to be a little tricky, so let's see how you do. I've created here using CodeSandbox just a simple basic component. It's an app component, and here we have our constructor, and the important part is this render. We're rendering 4 buttons, as you can see here. Very beautiful page, I know. Now here, we actually have 4 buttons with different ways that we're assigning the handle click function. The first button actually runs the function like this because of these brackets. The second one, handle click 1, looks like this. It's defined right here inside of the component, and it logs button 1 clicked to the console. The next one, handle click 2, is up here. It's saying this.handleclick2 equals this.handleclick1.bind. Remember, handle click 1 is here and binds to this. And then the next one, handle click 3, is a function, or because this is part of a class, it's a method that's using arrow functions. Okay, so what do you think is going to happen? Remember, this is just a simple component. All we have is these click handlers. We actually have 1, 2, and 3, and all 3 of them are being used in different way. I want you to predict what's going to happen. First, I'm going to refresh the page. Then I'm going to click on 1, then click on 2, click on 3, and then click on 4. I want you to pause the video and write down what you think is going to show up inside of the console. So I'm going to open up the console over here, and we're going to go one by one. So write down what you think is going to happen. This is a little tricky. So if you don't get it 100%, don't worry. You're not a terrible developer. We're just learning. Ready? All right, time for the answer. I'm going to refresh the page. All right. And we see right away that there's a console. So let's click over here. And it looks like button 1 was clicked. But I didn't click this button. What just happened? Well, we're invoking the function whenever we render, right? So here, when React renders this, it runs this function because, well, we call it right here. This is why we don't call a function when it's an event handler. We assign it a function so that when the event happens, it actually runs. So if I click 1 here, nope, nothing happens because there's nothing assigned to it. This is just, we pretty much just said, hey, just run the handle click function. That's it. So we don't want to do that. What about the second one? Let's click on 2 here. I get button 1 clicked. Why is that? Well, because we now assigned handle click 1, which is over here, and we ran this. Awesome. Now, if I change this to have this keyword in it, you see that this refreshed, and this initially is the app, but as soon as I click on button 2, I get undefined. And this is something that we talked about before with this keyword. Now, this undefined over here, if we wrote it like this, would actually refer to the actual button, the actual element here. All right, enough of that. Let's go back. Let's click on this one over here. Click 3. Ready? Well, let's click on 2 first and then click 3. Button 1 clicked. Why is that? Well, handle click 2, and by the way, I don't know if you can hear this, but it is raining really, really hard outside. So if you can hear that, sorry. But I swear it's just the rain. All right. So handle click 2 here is equal to this dot handle click 1, which is this function, and we bind this here. Now we run this console log, but if I change this to this now, and I click on 3, look at that. This is now the app. So this is what we're doing with binding. We're making sure that, hey, this is going to equal the app because we're going to use it later. Awesome. All right, final one. Let's go back to what we had before. What happens when I click here? When I click on 4, I get button 3 clicked. because handle click 3, which is right over here, well, this just runs. If I now console log this and I click run, let's click 4 here. Look at that. I get the app without having to do this ugly bind up here that often confuses people. The beauty of arrow functions. All right, did you get that? If you didn't, don't worry. These are pretty much the rules. Once you memorize them, that's it. It's fairly simple. So I'll see you in the next video.